Good morning, evening, and afternoon, and welcome to part 4 of 9, episode 1, Koko no tsu koko no ka koko no iro. So, last time we... it's hard to say exactly because right now the story is kind of, I guess you could say, in a limbo state where not much happening apart from a bit of perhaps paranormal-ish activity, where Kujo is experiencing problems with I wouldn't say a boomerang-ish, but like the clip that she had found is always returning to her mysteriously. So she is a bit lost on that, and we might ourselves, or shall I say the character Kakeru, is experiencing something himself which he has not realized yet. Before, he had found a so-called plushie at the shrine, which only us as the viewers will be able to know that is not a plushie, but something entirely something else. And he just recently, after his little outing, I guess you could say, with his sister, he had returned to his apartment to found that plushie there again. Which is weird, because I'm unsure how it is there, how it got there, why it is there, and what is its plan, because it does seem to have a mind in a sense, you know. And according to sound settings, it does have a voice, so I'm gonna wait for that to get to us then. So then, nothing else. We didn't really meet any other new characters. Didn't talk much with anybody else except for his friend and Kujo. And then all of a sudden, his friend had found out that there was a so-called statue at a nearby park. And a statue was modeled as a person from a nearby school. From the sounds of it, not really a rich school, but you could say a more higher up school, an all-girls school. And obviously, I know just from hearing all this, it's definitely not a statue. So I'm hoping he doesn't get up to anything. But while we were talking about it, Kujo had surprisingly cut our conversation and had asked to join us. So I'm quite curious about that as well, because sure, she could be doing it because she's a good person against, in a sense, trying to figure out why this is there and things like that. But from the sounds of it, the way he was explaining it, it sounds more like it's paranormal-ish in a sense. Like, how did a statue all of a sudden get to the park with no prior, I guess you could say, work to it, and it was only done at night, so it just came out of nowhere. So I think with Kujo having issues with paranormal-ish things lately, she probably wants to see it and see what's going on, perhaps. We don't know yet. So yeah, let's get straight into it, shall we? Kujo arrives leading her bike. Me, Yoichi, and Kujo. What an odd combination.
それじゃあ行こっか。
Yeah, whatever.
公園ってあっちの？そうそう、10分もかからないくらいの。あ、カバンよかったらカゴに。いいの？ありがとう。
He does not hesitate.
新見くんも。
I know us as I know Kakeru is a lot more, I guess you can say, not really reserved, but he can read it in a sense, like. But yeah, I knew he would decline it. I'll be fine. Looks pretty full already.
じゃあハンドルにかける？かけるだけにハンドルにかける？
And that is a play on the words. Let me just hear it again.
かけるだけにハンドルにかける？
Kakeru is his name, and to handle it is Kakeru, perhaps? I'm just trying to get the thing. Yeah, okay. It's hard for me to really try to get the Japanese into this properly, but it's a play on his name. Very funny. So it would have been. It's not translated well, in a sense. Or you can't really translate it, I guess you could say. I should rather say.
ダジャレのつもりはなかったんだけど、ごめんなさい。
No need to apologize.
真面目だな、九条さん。九条だけに。
Another play on words with her name.
九条だけに。九条だけに。
I think she's a bit confused about the pun. Don't take him seriously. This dimwit talks out of his butt about 90% of the time.
失礼だな。10割だよ。
Wow. Case in point. He says more like hora, more like see.
僕たちのノリについてこられなくて九条さんが引いてる。
引いてる is more like pulling away, isn't it? I guess I'm not fully reading into this properly, but I think it's probably that's because of the conversation. Kujo's slightly like backing away from him. Just you and your nonsense, actually. Things are a little strange the whole way to the park. Yoichi, that is on, and I respond half-heartedly. Kujo, in contrast, doesn't really speak. I don't think Yoichi is right about why she's gone quiet though. She's not having trouble keeping up, rather she's deep in thought. Something has her on edge. Could it be the paranormal phenomenon we talked about yesterday? Or maybe she has a clue about the statue? Yeah, perhaps she happens to know the description and knows the person. Well, either way, we'll know soon enough.
あれかな?
Yoichi points as we reach the park. Yikes, not what I expected. Oh. It is a statue. But what instantly comes to mind for me is that it's not supposed to be a statue. I have a feeling that something happened to her and she turned her into a statue. A realistic statue is sitting on the bench. A statue of a female student. And it is indeed wearing a familiar school uniform. The statue makes her look like a rather charming girl. Yeah, definitely. It's shockingly detailed, enough that even someone like me, who knows nothing about art, can tell. But in spite of that, there's no one else checking it out, presumably because of how damn spooky it is. This girl is sorry about that. The girl is seated on the bench with a smartphone in her hand. The pose makes it look like she was just here to take a quick break, but her face is anguished. The sight of a sweet-looking girl in apparent agony has probably been scaring off anybody curious enough to come check it out. I can almost feel the incredible terror she's experiencing.
考える人ならぬ、苦しむ人みたいな。
Why would they put something like this in the park? Shouldn't they keep stuff like this in what do sculptors call their place, an atelier?
飾れない理由があるのかも。師匠が俺を認めてくれないから世間に認めてもらうぜみたいな。
Even if their goal was to make some waves, this is an outrageous amount of effort. Imagine how long the statue must have taken to make. If it was my theory, probably not even 5 seconds.
だよね。どうやって運んだんだろう。自分でここまで来たのかな。
Well, it does look like it could start moving at any moment.
っていうか、いい匂いしそう。胸とかも柔らかそう。
No touching.
ここまで来たらセクハラの限りはってあれ
Oh, what's wrong?
ここ変じゃない？
What spot? Hey, I said no touching. Ignoring my warnings, Yoichi fusses with the statue. I can't believe he's going to cop a feel with the statue. What is this dude's deal?
ほら、見てよ、ここ。爪の部分。ここだけ石じゃないよ。
That's gotta be freaky though.
生爪？
Hey, cut it out with that spooky stuff.
でもそれっぽくない？本物の爪を貼り付けたみたい。
Putting real fingernails on such a lifelike statue? That's just messed up.
メッセージ性を感じますね。ここに本物の爪を使うことによって。
That is freaky. That is, I think the fingernail came off. Whoa. Yoichi brushes the nail and it falls right off. That's just fingernail now. That fingernail just fell off. やべえ。 Yoichi whispers after several seconds of silence. For crying out loud. That's why I told you no touching.
どうしよう。やばいかな。やばいよね。怒られる。捕まる。僕捕まっちゃう。
How would I know, dude? Man, you sure screwed up this time.
どうしよう。ボンドでくっつけておけばいいよね。ごまかせるよね。
It's bleeding.
待って。ダメかな。やっぱボンドじゃダメかな。指からね。違う。
Huh? I look at the statue's finger. Ugh. Are you freaking kidding me?
気のせいじゃない。本当に血が出てる。どうして？石像が出血するなんて。
Hey, hold on. Just calm down. Isn't it just ink?
でも血っぽいよ。すごく血っぽいよ。
Maybe they just made something that looks like blood. Seriously, everybody needs to chill out. There's just no way that statues can bleed. Try to calm the others down while I pick up the fingernail that fell to the ground near the statue's feet. The underside is awfully raw looking. Almost like there's a portion of skin attached. The red drops on it look like dried blood too. Is the sculpt's fingernail? And the blood too. Maybe they drew some of their own and put it in a statue? That'd be insane. My thoughts stop upon hearing Kujo's murmur. What was that? It's an odd thing to say. All I get in response is an apology. She doesn't even try answering the question. I hope her imagination isn't running wild, connecting this with the paranormal phenomenon from before. Try stopping it for once? This is a vicious prank. We can't just leave something like this here in the park. Oh, yeah, maybe. Actually, yeah. Let's do that. Would they believe you though? You're being paranoid. Kujo, do you have work today? Yoichi, you know Namball, right? Walk Kujo over there for me. I'll talk to the police. You shouldn't let this nonsense make you late for work. It's fine. Just leave it to me.
ほらほら、九条さん、行きましょう行きましょう。ここは男前のカケルに任せておけばいいから。わかった。じゃあ。
Yeah, and when I'm done, I'll stop by the cafe and report.
じゃあ、僕はお茶飲みながら待ってるね。行こう、九条さん。
I don't understand that, but anyway. The two of them depart, Yoichi with a spring in his step and Kujo looking unconvinced. I let out a sigh. A combination of simple annoyance at the situation and first time jitters about making a police report has got me nervous all around. I backed myself into a corner here by trying to show off in front of Kujo. A bloody fingernail. A statue that bleeds. Well, I can't just walk away from this whole thing. I set the fingernail on the statue and pull out my phone. My heart is pounding like mad as I slowly dial 110 on my phone and call the police. They let me off the hook sooner than I was dreading. Honestly, they looked totally put out, like they were going through the motions and trying to get out of there. Eventually, I made my way to the cafe, arriving as the sun was setting. Slightly exhausted, I opened the door and entered. Kujo calls out instantly, a practiced reaction. Once she realized it's me, however, a hint of concern touches her business-like expression. All they did was ask for my school and contact info. Where's Yoichi? I track Kujo's eyes to discover Yoichi waving me down. I resettle my bag on my shoulder and head over to the table. Yeah. Once I set down my bag and take a seat, Kujo comes over with a glass of water. Sure. Let me get a cola, please. She gives a bow before going to the kitchen. We've talked a lot more now, but the distance between us hasn't really changed, I guess.
いいね。バイト中の九条さん。コスプレとは違う可愛さがあるよね。
Yeah, she's got a different vibe from when she's at school, that's for sure.
で、どうなった？僕逮捕される？
I told him that I was the one that ripped the fingernail off.
かける！君はなんていい男なんだ。結婚して！
Hell no. Anyway, explaining was a pain in the ass.
僕たちも一緒にいたって言わなかったの？
Yeah, I told them that part. I said that I was with my friends, but one had to go to work, so only I stuck around.
追及されなかった？共犯は誰だって。
Nope, the cops came, but they looked like they didn't care. From their uniforms, I guess they were both neighborhood beat cops.
結局ただのいたずらだったの？あれ。
Dunno. I will say once they saw the fingernail blood, they looked a lot more serious. They asked for a name and a bunch of other stuff, and then told me to scram. I spent longer waiting than talking to them.
せっかく通報したのに塩対応だね。
I mean, being all friendly wouldn't have helped me either. Though I will say that something about the way they treat me like that, like it was all my fault, didn't sit right with me.
石像の制服ってさ、やっぱあの子のと一緒だよね。
Somebody at the cafe as well? Over where?
ほら。
He jerks his chin a little, urging me to look behind me. Sitting at a table near the entrance is a short-haired girl wearing a Kuho Girls Academy uniform, just like the statue. I watch as she calmly digs her spoon into her dessert and takes a bite. Oh, you mean the parfait queen? Okay, so she's known by the main character. Interesting name.
はい?
She's a regular, so I see her pretty often. And whenever I do, she's always having a parfait, hence the nickname.
へえ、かわいいなあの子。声かけてみよっかな。
I wonder if she's the cool character in a sense. It's a bit weird for me to push it like this, but from the look, as well as quite a few short-haired characters tend to be the cool types. But I've already been a bit off on other characters by their looks, such as his friend and Kujo. Knock her dead.
ごめん、そんな勇気ない。
Figured as much.
お待たせしました。
He suddenly places the soda and a straw on the table. Normally this would be where Kujo would offer a bow and walk away. But instead, she holds his tray to her chest and stands there for a moment.
新見くん。
Yeah?
リングってやってる？
I can only guess that is Line, the messaging app popular in Japan. Yeah, I have it on my phone.
よかったら、これ、私の ID。
She sets a scrap of paper next to my glass.
バイト終わった後にお話できないかな。警察とのやりとり、詳しく教えてもらいたくて。
Of course, though there isn't much to talk about.
それでもいいの。ちょっとでもいいから知りたくて。
When does your shift end?
今日は8時まで。
Okay, then I'll message you around 9.
ありがとう。お手数おかけします。
Quite a formal appreciation there. She gives me a deep bow by way of thanks and goes off to greet a customer who entered the cafe. Oh shit, I just got a girl's number.
見せてよ。
No. Not a chance. Yep.
見せてよ。
Nope.
見せろ。
Hell no, dude. Carefully tuck the note away in my pocket so that Yoichi doesn't steal it from me.
あ、くそ。見せてよ。僕も九条さんとリングでお話ししたい。
Man, there's nothing like a tasty beverage after getting a girl's digits. Rubbing it in his face is funny.
くっそー。ちくしょー。
Ignoring Yoichi's bitter tears, I wet my whistle with some sweet cola. A hair clip that follows you around. A statue that bleeds. All this occult stuff is kind of freaky, but it's also helping Kujo and me grow closer. So I've got mixed feelings about the whole thing. Honestly, it's enough to make me have the idiotic thought, gee, I sure do hope something else happens. Yeah.
ねえ、かける。
Hmm?
最初の2文字教えて。
Honestly, I'm almost feeling like I want to, just to screw around with him, because he'd go and literally try every single digit he can.
1文字。
Man, this is one tasty beverage.
くっそー。
Oh, I guess he's being noisy. Uh-huh. Oh, what's up?
クイーンに睨まれた。
No surprise with the way you're shouting.
だってかけるが九条さんの ID 教えてくれないから。
You know, this beverage is so tasty I should get another.
ああ。
I kill some time with Yoichi, eat dinner while I'm at it, and when I'm done, I head back home. I boot up my computer, waiting for the familiar startup sound.
待ってたのに何寄り道してんだよ、兄やのバカ。
But I'm instead greeted by a delightful new recording. I immediately go into the settings and revert it. Ah, I see. His sister was here and had changed his settings to make it so that when he opened up his computer, that's what he would hear. This virus I picked up seems awfully persistent. Might be a good idea to change the locks on my place. I'm actually not joking. I begin looking up locksmiths online. One thing leads to another, and I end up surfing the web for a while. It's 5 till 9. Step away from my computer and fidget with my phone. Sending a message at exactly 9 would probably be coming on too strong, or at least be a little off-putting. Fretting about this is stressing me out. I end up sending the message at 9:03. Maybe Kujo has been waiting this whole time, since I got a reply right away. Thank you very much for the message. It's me, Kujo. It's a modest, reserved, and somewhat formal message. However, I'm antisocial and hardly have any friends or girls. Nah, who am I trying to fool? I don't have a single one. At any rate, even a table conversation with a girl is a thing of joy to me. I'm grinning like an idiot. I must never let Sora or Yoichi see me like this. Trying to keep my enthusiasm in check, I do my level best to prepare a cool and composed reply. What did you want to talk about? I reply, and we'll find that out next time. So, this episode was weird. It was not what I was expecting going into this episode. When I first heard that there was apparently a so-called statue of a girl at a park. One thing that instantly came to mind for me was a girl sitting on a bench, just sitting there, doing nothing at all, staring out in space, and just gave people the idea that it was a statue. You know, that type of thing. But I was not expecting a literal statue. And when I noted before the whole nail thing, I already had a feeling that this was a person who had been turned to stone. And then with that nail, yeah. It makes me worried about that person. I wonder what's gonna happen. Other than that, nothing much ready to speak about. Just a smaller episode-ish. So yeah. Makes me want to know what's gonna happen next, because I have no clue. That plush is also still in his room, from what I can gather. I think. Weird. Oh well. We'll have to see what happens next time. Anyway, please let me know what your thoughts were on the episode. It's getting there for me. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.